Well, hello folks, this is Tejasvi back with another video. Today we are going to discuss a couple of things. Mysterious packages are arriving from China in the United States. Qualcomm just announced Quick Charge 5. Apple starts making iPhone SE and iPhone 11 in India at Chennai. COVID-19 impact. Google employees told they can work from home till mid-2021 in India and globally. Google Pixel 4a finally launching on August 3. Xiaomi smartphone with built-in wireless earbuds has been patented. MacBooks could get Face ID. Google working on smart tattoos that turn skin into a touchpad. We will discuss these one by one. Stay tuned. Well, this just came in, folks. States are warning people about suspicious packages of seeds that appear to be from China. Here's a look at the packages. If you have received mysterious package of seeds in the mail today, don't plant them. Several states are issuing warnings after residents across the nation have reported receiving unsolicited packages that appear to be originated in China. The packages typically have Chinese characters on the label and contain a sealed packet of unknown seeds of some state agriculture departments say could be invasive plant species. Invasive species wreak havoc on the environment, displace or destroy native plants and insects, and severely damage crops. The Virginia Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services said in its news release on July 24th. Taking steps to prevent their introduction is the most effective method of reducing both the risk of invasive species infestations and the cost to control and mitigate these infestations. It is unclear who is sending these packages, why they are being distributed, and whether the seeds are actually harmful. The department asked that anyone who has received this type of package in the mail contact the Office of Plant Industry Services. Agriculture Department in Kansas, Kentucky, Ohio, South Carolina, and Washington State are among state agencies that have issued similar warnings. Well, that's bad. At least 160 Floridians have received mysterious seeds from China in the mail. Well, these are the packets of seeds. The Florida Department of Agriculture is asking Floridians to report what it's calling suspicious package of seeds that appear to be coming from China. The seed packets, which may arrive unexpectedly in packages bearing Chinese characters, may bear the name China Post and may be labeled as jewelry. The department said in a news release Monday. It noted that similar packages have been reported in other states, including Virginia, Kansas, Washington, Oklahoma, Louisiana, and Utah. The department received at least 160 reports of Floridians receiving the seeds. Well, this is a classic example of China resorting to dirty politics. Well, moving on. Qualcomm just announced Quick Charge 5, which tops up your phone to 50% in just 5 minutes. That's insane, guys. That's really insane. Sorry, a little more than 3 years after Quick Charge 4 was introduced, Qualcomm has finally taken the wraps off Quick Charge 5, the next-gen charging standard that can power up your device in a matter of minutes. The new standard is expected to be included in smartphones over the next few months, with supporting accessories likely to follow. Accessories like Qualcomm Quick Charge 5 wireless adapter, Qualcomm Quick Charge 5 accessories like what do you call it? Smartphones and earpods, etc. Wireless tech is quite popular nowadays, so if we could see Qualcomm Quick Charge in a wireless tech, it would be really helpful. Then we could charge our wireless tech in a matter of minutes. Quick Charge 5 offers a number of advantages over previous gen versions of Quick Charge. For starters, according to Qualcomm, it's the first charging standard to support over 100 watts of power for smartphones. That's insane! If you use Quick Charge 5 charger with a compatible phone, you should be able to charge your phone from 100 to 50 in 5 minutes and up to 100 in 15 minutes. Quick Charge 5 is our fastest and most versatile charging solution, will enable consumers to enjoy their devices for longer periods of time without worrying about the time required to recharge. Qualcomm says the new standard is a massive 70% more efficient than Quick Charge 4, and it delivers power 10 times faster than the original Quick Charge 1. That while remaining 10 degrees Celsius cooler than Quick Charge 4. Well, this is a bold claim. We'll have to see it. The only reason why people prefer Warp Charge, which ships with Oxygen OS devices, as in OnePlus devices, is because the adapter heats up while the phone does not, which is certainly not true in case of Qualcomm. We will have to see it. We'll believe it when we see it in action. But nonetheless, it's a step in the right direction, I must say. Well, this just came in, folks. This is huge. Apple starts making first flagship iPhone in India. The iPhone 11 is being now assembled in Chennai. Apple manufacturer Foxconn has started building iPhone 11 units in a facility near Chennai in India. TechCrunch reported the first time Apple has made one of its top tier phones. Why it's top tier? Because it's in the top tier lineup of Apple. Apple currently sells 3 iPhones in its current lineup. That is iPhone 11, 11 Pro and 11 Pro Max. Shifting iPhone 11, I beg your pardon, production to Chennai marks a huge shift in its strategy. It is thinking of India as a place to replace China. Well, that's good. India is no longer limited to making cheap iPhones like the original SE, iPhone 6, etc. that it was previously making. Well, that's a step in the right direction. India was the second biggest smartphone market in the world in 2019, ahead of the US and second only to China. According to TechCrunch, Apple plans to scale up production in India, which would in turn reduce how much it depends on China, where most of its iPhones are currently made. And while Apple tops the premium smartphone market in India, it has only about 1% share of the total smartphone market there. By selling locally made devices in India, Apple would be able to avoid a 20% import duty that India imposes on foreign-made electronics. Well, that's good. We can expect iPhones to become a whole lot cheaper now. Moving on. COVID-19 impact. Google to keep employees home until July 2021. A news report said that nearly all of the 200,000 Google employees and contractors worldwide would see an extension of the work from home option, which was set to end in January. Google will allow most employees to work from home through to July 2021 in response to the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. In a mail to employees, Google Chief Executive Sundar Pichai said, "To give employees the ability to plan ahead, we are expanding our global voluntary work from home option through June 30, 2021 for roles that don't need to be in office." The Wall Street Journal, which first reported the news, said nearly all of the 200,000 Google employees and contractors worldwide would see an extension of the option, which had been set to end in January. Well, of course, it certainly hasn't ended and has been extended now, since the cases in the United States are at 4 million, guys. 4 million. Anyways, Xiaomi smartphone with built-in wireless earbuds is the latest curious patent innovation from the Mi Mix maker. Xiaomi could be contemplating producing the smartphone possibly as a part of the innovative Mi Mix line, which actually integrates wireless earbuds into the top edge. This is an intriguing concept along the lines of how Galaxy Note devices house the S Pen stylus. However, whether Xiaomi will take the wireless headset holding smartphone into production remains to be seen. Well, as you can see, guys, the wireless earbuds reside in the chassis of the phone, much like the S Pen resides in the chassis of the Note. And if I can assume, these wireless earbuds would rather charge in the chassis of the phone and you'd never have to charge them separately. When you charge the phone, the wireless earbuds would automatically charge. I believe that is the case. Quite innovative. Let's hope it's not a concept device and it makes it to production. Can't wait to see this concept being implemented in various other hardwares, various handsets from different smartphone manufacturers. I want this concept to become commonplace. It's quite a nifty concept. Let's hope it succeeds. Moving on, Apple planning Face ID for MacBook Pro and iMac plus a notch. Oh god, again a notch? What the hell is wrong with Apple? We don't need a notch, but this looks kind of promising. As you can see, that it's a whole screen display, much like the likes of XPS, etc. And it has a notch. Apple intends to bring Face ID biometric authentication system introduced with the iPhone to its Mac range, including both portables and desktops. Well, the good thing about Face ID, folks, is that it can work even at night, even in the complete absence of light, because it uses infrared sensors. But I don't know how Apple would pull it off, but a notch on a MacBook, according to me, would certainly spoil the video viewing experience, I believe, content viewing experience. But nonetheless, it's a good concept. Finally, Apple laptops are ditching the wide bezels that they generally have. Just as Touch ID began on its iPhone before spreading to the iPad and then both the MacBook Pro and MacBook Air, so Face ID is coming to Apple's range of Macs. It's been rumored before, and Apple said that Face ID will come to more devices, but a new patent application is the first to specify that it will be brought to some form of MacBook. The application, Light Recognition Module for determining user of a computing device, is chiefly concerned with adding Face ID to MacBooks, although instead of those terms, it consistently refers to Light Recognition Module and a laptop. Apple's patent application stresses how users are storing sensitive information and also that capabilities of a laptop mean people use them to do ever more complex work. By performing these complex functions, sensitive data associated with these users may be gathered or stored by these computing devices to prevent unauthorized access, to prevent unauthorized users from accessing this sensitive data. These computing devices may incorporate systems and mechanisms for authenticating users. Of course, Face ID is the most secure form of authentication. If you compare it with the whole range of fingerprint scanners and the face scanning tech available and the ultrasonic scanners, Face ID is the most reliable and it's the most secure. Can't wait to see Apple implement this on a MacBook. In fact, it makes much more sense on a MacBook. By just looking and authenticating with the Face ID, you'd rather authenticate an app purchase. How cool is that? Moving on to the last news of the day. Google working on smart tattoos that turn skin into living touchpad. Google is working on smart tattoos that, when applied to skin, will transform the human body into a living touchpad via embedded sensors. Part of Google research, the wearable project is called Skin Marks that uses rub-on tattoos. The project is an effort to create next-gen of wearable technology devices, the CNET reported, citing white papers and demo videos. Here's how the technology works. The sensor-driven tattoos are applied to a part of the body. The sensors can then be triggered by traditional touch or swipe gestures, like we perform on smartphones. There are a few gestures that are more specific to working on the skin's surface. You could squeeze the area around the tattoo or bend your fingers or limbs to activate the sensors. It looks all cool and all. And I believe it is supposed to be some sort of non-permanent tattoo that you can just stick it on to your skin. But my concern is, guys, can you imagine the tech that would go in such a tattoo? It would have micro soldering and chipsets and silicon and all those things, and IC and all these things. I hope it doesn't pose a risk to the skin, as in one must not get skin infection or skin allergy for that case by applying such a tattoo. But considering it's Google, I hope they must have had this figured out. Anyways, interacting with your own skin and limbs also means you can do it without looking. The tattoos are made by screen printing conductive ink onto tattoo paper. Some of the prototype tattoos include cartoon drawings or light-up displays. Well, folks, light-up displays in the form of a tattoo is something huge. Something I can't wait for. Though a vastly reduced tattoo thickness and increased stretchability, of course it has to have stretchability as skin stretches a bit. It's not rigid. It's not inflexible. You can stretch your skin. Hence the tattoo also must have some sort of stretchability. Skin mark is a sufficiently thin and flexible to conform to irregular geometry like flexure lines and protruding bones. Oh my god, Google is thinking of protruding bones as well. Well, let's see what happens in the segment of smart tattoos in the near future. That's all, folks. Well, folks, that's it for today. I'll be back with another tech news tomorrow. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Like, comment if you'd like me make videos on a particular topic. Share this video as much as possible. This is your host, Tejasvi Kapoor, signing off.